You're live.
Is the countdown on?
No.
God, yeah. All right, folks, how are we? Good morning, good afternoon, good morning if you're over in the USA looking in. Hopefully we get a few people. If you can now just like hit the share button, people, and get this around. All right, we got a bit of probably important news, which we always got to share, but yeah, a bit more important tonight about what needs to go on in this country to get this place back on its feet, people, okay? Pretty serious sort of show tonight, so I was trying. I thought I had my camera all right before. Right, that's cool. Okay, so I've got a couple of the boys on with me. I'm going to bring them in and just introduce them. So we've got Sean here, who actually went for a surf in Sydney last weekend while we were surfing down at South Beach. And we got Brad, who was actually come for a surf with us down at South Beach. So yeah, the guys have decided that they come in tonight, and we'll just try and emphasise to you people and let you know just what's sort of going on here and what we have to be quite careful about, people, and what's already played out in America and around the world, and the type of things that they're going to bring to the game party over here. Okay, we know what it is already. Okay, it's quite simple. There we go. Okay, it's quite simple. We are being taken down by foreign people. Okay, it's a worldwide game. Everyone's going down. Every country. America's in trouble. Okay, if you've had a look today, you'll find that the audit in Maricopa County, which has a big lot to do with what's going to go on in America and the court system, and actually overturning this election over there and getting Mr. T back in. Every Twitter account that had anything to do with any county or state's audit was ripped down today. So, folks, again, you know what I mean? If it's not telling you something, we just got to wake up, folks, okay? So we're going to talk about the South Beach meeting, okay? We're going to talk about the Sydney meeting that we had, got together, had a surf. We got to use a little bit of code here, folks, and be smart, okay? But there's a lot of things going on, okay? We've got food shortages coming on now in America. We got it happening all around Europe. I've talked to you about this a few weeks ago, and people, it is now really coming into fruition, okay? They are suffering over there. We got the same thing. I think Lisa showed you the last live or something we done, or the other night with the boys on here. There's nothing in the shops in London, okay? It's becoming quite hard. So what we want to do tonight is the three of us here. We just want to give you a little bit of an idea of why this thing is such a plandemic, okay? Not a pandemic, but a plandemic. And the first video I'm going to show you has been out for a while because it came out when the plandemic first came out, okay? And we might just go to full screen here, guys. Oh, no, we'll keep us in here. Okay, so this came out first when the first plandemic came out. So this is what was made, and you can find this. If you go and search this stuff into Google, you'll find out that it was on the MSM mainstream, okay? All these pictures now on Google, you can take a picture, you can put it in a particular program, all right, or search it on the net, and you will find out where it come from. The latest one that our government has just used for our COVID, okay, well, we shouldn't be using that word, for our little scaremongering tactic with a lady in hospital with the air vent and everything on her. It was from back in friggin', 2010 or something, you know what I mean? From some other, totally unrelated thing, So, folks, the MSM's just killing us, okay? And that's what is killing us, MSM media. So I'll put this on and then we'll get the boys to have a bit of a chat about what, just other things that they know of. And I can bring up some more clips if we want to find them. So just have a look at this. guy's having a cigarette. He's supposed to be dead. Here they come. Look at that. Look, Lawson and through. Didn't get it right. Might have to do that again. Look at it out the back here. All the body bags. Look. So here we go. I think we got play 2 coming now because, yeah, here they come again. Look, here we go. Look. Hey, look at this. Look. Unbelievable. Anyway, we could we can continue to play that. It goes for a few more seconds, guys. Okay, but just maybe you first, Brad, if you just want to give your just maybe your thoughts on what you've got to go along with, just not that clip there, but what tells you that this pandemic is just that, son. It is just a absolute.
No, it's all over the place. You don't have to look at the PCR situation. And then just watching the press conferences is an absolute joke. Every time a reporter actually asks a decent question, Dr. Chant, we'll get back to you tomorrow. You never hear her get back to it. It's just everywhere you look, there's something that's going on that's just been hidden, pushed under the carpet. And it just, how people can't see it, I don't understand.
Well, people can't. Yeah, I'll bring you back in, Sean. We'll have a chat about this. People can't see it for a simple reason, and this is what we have worked out is that, like, for 50 years, or actually 70 years now, because in 1950 we got this thing called television, folks. Okay, and that from that point on, manipulation become quite easy because in the old days, my parents, like. Everyone believed what the television had on it. You know what I mean? We believed it, guys. You know what I mean? Like, we loved it. You know what I mean? When we were younger, it was nothing better
I believed up until a year ago, pretty much. Like, you watch the news, the news is the news. You watch the news and they're not going to lie to you. But they fucking do. Yeah.
No, that was up until a year ago, Sean. And then
pretty much a year ago.
So what made you have a look, Sean? What got you?
Oh, just, the contradictions all the time. Like, they say one thing, the next day they're actually jump ship and attacking the opposite view of what they were doing the day before. It's like you got to make your mind up and stick to it. Is that a fact yesterday that you said, or most of the time they quote an expert as well. So they've got some expert, some butte doctor that's up to scratch with all the latest stuff, and then all of a sudden the next day when they change their opinion, he's null and void now, and he's the villain. So yeah.
No, that's right. It's very up and down. There's been no consistency. They don't know how to handle it. Okay, they don't know what to do. Okay,
they keep saying as well. Trust the health professionals. But I'm not sure what Gladys Berejiklian is, but I'm sure she's not a doctor or anything to do with the health profession at all.
Yeah,
like trusting the health professionals. We'll get these health professionals out there. You're just members for parliament. Like, you can be like Pauline Hanson was a fish and chip shop owner, and she was a member of parliament. Do you know what I mean? Like,
hey, listen, Sean, I don't know what Brad does for a living, but I know what you and I do, mate. We're just a couple of concreters, mate. I'm not taking anything off our intelligence, but I mean, we're not politicians, mate. Okay?
Yeah.
We don't have supposed intelligence that these guys have got, And I've been calling Ryan Park and Paul Scully and that out for a couple of days, guys, all right? I've got a few Facebook pages back, and I've been putting it on them. You know what I mean? To maybe take on 3 guys like us in a public debate on here. You know what I mean? And let's let the public, have a look at what these guys have got. Because all Mr. Scully sent back to sorry, not Mr. Scully. All Ryan Park sent back to me was some CDC bullshit, one article. You know what I mean? And that was it. And all it was the CDC says this and the CDC says that, and rah rah rah. I can debunk that. Yeah.
They're just arrogant, like, with they just they're just arrogant with everything they do. Like they're sort of like, we're entitled, you're not, sort of thing. Like we're on big salary, they're on a lot of money. Like I don't know if I don't get paid nowhere near what they get. These guys get paid, and I get paid pretty well.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like these guys are that arrogant when you ask them a question. It's like you're beneath them, kind of thing.
Exactly.
And if you know these guys in their personal lives, back in before I was a concreter, I used to be a hairdresser, and I did a lot. I've actually, the Prime Minister before the one we've got now, their family used to come in the salon where I worked, and I know them, talk to them. They're normal people, and you're a normal person to them. But obviously, they think they're entitled and better than you now because of difference of opinion,
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're actually serving us. They're there to represent us, like, and then the height as well. They did themselves in the last year a pay rise, a big one too, not just a little one.
Exactly.
Like,
they're just giving themselves another one now. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
I know. That's something big.
Well, we're going to get $600 a week or something. You know what I mean? Like,
that's all I'm getting money on. I've gone like from $3,000 a week to like fucking $600. Like it's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, but they don't care about that. And look, I can tell you, folks, about all your politicians, right? They don't care about much. I could expose a fair bit on here about your politicians, you know what I mean, and who they are, our local ones as well, people, if you really want to know. Okay.
You look at Gareth Ward. So Gareth Ward's actually stood down from the Liberal Party, didn't comment on anything really up until he had to stand down from the Liberal Party. Now he stood down. He's getting his grown a set of nuts and stating his opinion, which is good.
Yeah.
Like look what he's been stood down. Look what he's been stood down for.
He's only doing that to grab some votes, mate. I can tell you right now. He may know what we know and that we're right. You know what I mean? On what is going down in this country. He'll be looking for votes. All these politicians are looking for votes, folks. That's all they're looking for. How to stay in power. But we got an election coming up soon. Another thing I'd like to throw out here, right? And people, there's comments up here, all right? I'm sure you can comment in StreamYard on YouTube or whatever, I'm pretty sure, on Facebook. So ask any questions, anything you want to know, if you want to challenge us on anything on what we're saying on here, or, maybe not agree. That's what this is all about. This is free speech, folks, okay? We don't go
your choice and your right.
Yeah, we don't go pushing the button on anyone. You want to come in here and have a chat and, and have your opinion, and that opinion is yours, okay? But I just want to talk about a couple of things just while we're sitting here. We got some stuff coming up, folks, okay? So I would advise everyone to be very careful when we do have the next rally, all right? We all need to be very smart. You all know about January the 6th over there in the USA, okay, and the Ashley Babbitt incident, okay? Everyone would imagine know what that is. If you don't know what that is, you need to do some research and have a look, okay? But I would guarantee you that if they need to, they will pull a false flag like that over here, okay? Something will happen to somebody. The people who ever attend the beach conferences will be blamed. Someone will be set up, okay? And, folks, I'm serious. I can really see this happening, okay? I think Melbourne's more likely than Sydney. But if they need this tactic because we are bucking up, they will pull it out, okay? So I just want to warn you, okay, that we've got to be together. But I'm going to be honest, I haven't been wrong very often. I've got intel from America, okay? We know what's going on. What we have done is we have researched some documents, and I may even be able to pull one of them up while you guys have a chat in a minute, okay? I think it's in the RDM show today. But it's a document where they're starting to use language in Australia like they've used around the rest of the world. And we pick up on this stuff, okay? And they're saying that they're making the people at the rally or the surf event or whatever it was in Sydney on the weekend, they're comparing them to the January 6th insurrection, okay? And then they're using other adjectives and things like that they would commonly use to tell us what is going to happen, okay? Because these people need to tell us what's going to happen before it actually happens, okay? That's part of their little satanic regime, okay? They need to let us know, and they'll let us know in little ways, in symbolism and different things, okay? So I'm telling you that they're letting us know that we need to be very careful. We need to go to the rallies. We need to voice up. We need to be there, but we need to be on our best behaviour, and we need to be very, very careful, because I think there's a false flag coming. If they cannot get on top of us, they are going to try it. But people, this is where we are, okay? I'm not trying to give you doom and gloom. What I'll probably do now is whack this little video here up, and I'll just get this ready while the boys are there. But we'll whack this up, and this is just now I've had to give you a bit of doom and gloom, folks. We'll try and give you a little bit of good stuff, okay? So I don't know how many people have actually seen this of yet, but I'll bring this in now. What am I doing here? I just want to go to here, I think, guys. Here it is. Okay, so let's just have a little bit of a listen to this. Now, there's a few different things like this happening in Australia. So here's one good thing, people. Let's have a little listen.
No volume.
No volume? Hang on.
I can't hear it.
Hang on, I'll go back. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I've got 3 matters here. There's my ID. I'm an Australian lawyer, and I've got 2 crimes to report, and also a very important 6-page letter, which is 70 whistleblowers from the New South Wales Police blowing the whistle on the fraud behind the COVID pandemic, and in particular, trying to seek other police to join their whistleblower group. They're saying here that many members of the force are fed up with the approach to enforce oppressive rules placed upon the population in the name of COVID. And this is going to be Senior Constable at Senior Constable, I'll give you the name. Senior Constable Alexander Cooney, Coffs Clarence Highway Patrol. This is very, very serious. It's just come out, New South Wales Police Force. So he's written this letter, whistleblower, to Michael Fuller, Police Commissioner of New South Wales. I'm just cutting to the punchline because I know you're busy. Police force employees should have a choice as to whether or not to receive vaccines. The police believe that all members of the community also have choice around receiving vaccines. Police do not participate in any way in the forcing of vaccines upon the population, which we all know the Prime Minister said is going to make it as mandatory as possible. Police associations start preparing to defend police employees who choose not to be vaccinated and to raise the alarm. Now, this is from the police. This is 70 police who have apparently signed this. To raise the alarm, there's a global dictatorship occurring. This isn't me as a conspiracy theorist, because I know it's fact, but they're saying a global dictatorship occurring, and the police force is being used as a tool to push these global and corporate agendas upon the population. And finally, to warn the police force not to simply acquiesce to these requests, rules and laws, and act in the best interest of its population, not tyranny of government. So that's the guts of it. But I'd like you to actually take a copy of that, and there's a reference to where you can find it on a website. No, you can have that one. And then, I mean, at some point I will write to the Commission, other people will, to see if that's circulated to all of you. Now, the crimes I'd like to report, and I don't know whether you've got a written form I could sign here. The main crime, well, actually 2 main crimes. One is so just on that document there, I'm hoping that the Victorian Police that read that get in touch with the constable, get access to all the material, and it may be that some members of the Victorian Police would want to go whistleblower. And I can tell you that there is protection from whistleblowers under the Public Interest Disclosure Act in Victoria. So your legal team will talk to you about that. But there is protection for anyone in Victoria that also wants to whistleblow if they think this is getting out of hand, because what happened on the weekend was not good. The public didn't like what happened. And we're trying to work with the police. I've been trying to work with the police. We want you to be working with us, not for a global dictatorship. So I'm doing this seriously. I'm telling you, mate, from my heart, that we want you guys to understand what's going on behind the scenes, that we've done all the homework and we're alarmed with what's about to happen with this new transhuman vaccine. Now, the second crime, there's a crime, well, that's a crime in there. He's saying there's a global dictatorship conspiracy. So that's the biggest conspiracy in history. This is the Rainmaking Control Act 1967. Not a lot of people realise this is still in the books of Parliament House. I got alerted to it because farmers in the Wimmera were actually paying someone to actually change the weather. I thought, that can't be right. There must be some legislation. And I found this act, and it's been in force since 1967. And I've done an FOI, I got the answer last week, and they've got no documents. They've wiped the entire archives of this act. So somebody's nervous that the climate change that the government's been doing, they don't want the public to get the record. So this is one of the biggest steps ever in a public service, okay? And I will go to the Auditor General, but I want to report it as a crime because I've just got the FOI back. And I mean, it's hard to believe. Most people don't believe this is a law, and most people don't believe that you can change the clouds. But I'm telling you, 1967, you can imagine how much has changed in technology. There's Section 8, which is cloud seeding in Victoria to induce rainfall in another state. At the request of the Minister of, say, New South Wales or South Australia, the Victorian Minister may authorise rainmaking operations to be carried out in Victoria to promote rainfall in an adjoining state. I mean, we won't be doing that in droughts. And in Section 12 says no liability in respect of authorised operations, right? And you can get off if the Minister gives you a certificate in relation to doctoring the weather and any loss or damage caused by or arising out of the precipitation of rain, hail, sleet, snow, ice, fog or mist in consequence of the rainmaking operation. So why did they wipe the entire public service records when I started putting this around when I found it a year ago? So you can hang on to that copy, and I want to report the... Oh, yes.
Okay, so that there is sorry, hang on, where are we, guys? There you go. Okay, so that there is I think I've still got you muted, Sean, sorry. That there is like some pretty damning sort of stuff, you know. I mean, I know this is happening in other states as well. That's in Victoria, that's happening. We also know, us three guys on the screen here, that there's some other stuff that we're not going to talk about tonight, but if anyone would like to talk to me about it, I'm sure that if you inbox Sean, myself, or Brad, who just went out for a minute, he'll come back in, no doubt. That there are some other things happening too that we can actually get involved with, okay, under common law to take this country back to where it should be. So what do you think about that one there, Sean? I mean, I don't really have to vet that, mate, because like the guy's put his face on there. He's actually standing at the police station. You know, that the only copy I've got. I haven't double vetted it. I usually like to vet things a couple of times, you know what I mean? But I mean, to me, mate, that's full on, you know?
Yeah, I think we need more people of that caliber, like a lawyer, doing the same thing. Get them on board. Everyone go to the police station. Why aren't the officials being charged over this? Is corruption, fraud, you know?
Yeah.
So that sort of stuff, you know, like that's the way you're going to beat them. Like you're going to tie them up, reduce their power. Like even Gladys Berejiklian, I think she's under investigation because her partner was a corrupt MP last year, and he had to stand down. Like, you know, they're living in the same house. He was using her computer. Like, you know, like exactly she's not compromised. You know, something's going on there. Like,
they're definitely all compromised. But I'll tell you the thing that I get out of that article, mate, back in 1960-something, you know, like I don't even talk about half the stuff I know about from being involved with America and that, okay? You know, like, you know, we got people that are close to Trump's cabinet and that, you know what I mean? So, like, we've got a very in-touch sort of society happening, you know what I mean? But this is weather manipulation, folks. I mention it every once in a while on my show. I might say something about HAARP, okay? But I don't go there because you'll think I'm a friggin' nutter, okay? But there you go. That guy's just showing you that back in 1960, they were manipulating the weather. Like 60, okay, there's 40, 20. There's another 60 years of advancement, okay, to where we are now. What do you think? Where do you think these fires come from, people? Okay.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
the fires last summer that just happened to rip down through the east coast of Australia, right where they would like to put a high-speed rail track all the way down through there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying anything except you got to do your research, folks. Yeah. Okay.
I did say that at the time. So I'm going, there's going to be a high-speed railway line going there. You watch this, and I hope you'd like to be proven wrong. You really want to be proven wrong with all this sort of stuff, but it just keeps proving right. You just keep getting proven right. You know,
exactly.
It's the scary thing.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. I wish I could say all the stuff that I've said as well.
Yeah. I'm
wrong.
Yeah.
But it keeps coming off that we are right. You know, like it keeps yeah. And then I should have listened then. You know, but that's the way it is, I guess. And then if you don't do something, if people don't do something about it, it'll be too late soon.
It's going to be too late very soon. You're dead right. I predicted about 8 weeks. You know what I mean? We've got, you know, Ricardo Bossi out there saying we've probably got between 5 to 8 weeks, okay, to make this thing happen. So what is it? We've got another 4 weeks until the next get-together down the beach or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, the next one's got to be absolutely massive, folks. Absolutely massive. I've just been asked in the chat here from a lady from Melbourne, when do I think Trump will come back? Well, the funny thing is, if you're asking me, he's never left. Okay, so it's not about him coming back. It's a matter of the cleanup of the deep state, the cleanup of the pedophiles. Look, if you've been watching anything, you will know that there has been massive amounts of sex trafficking, people going down around the globe. Okay. If you're watching your mainstream media, you are not going to see it. Okay. But if you are watching what is actually going on around the world, you will find it. And I'm talking like, groups of 168 people, I mean, big groups of people going down. Okay. I watched the aircraft. So I watched the flight patterns all around the world. Okay. We can bring that up a bit later on if we're still on here. I'll have a look. But, the traffic going in and out of Gitmo, Guantanamo Bay, folks. Okay. I've told you there's another island over off Argentina that Obama bought. Okay. But the CCP actually bought it. All right. You wouldn't know about it. Okay. But they're putting the overflux of prisoners are getting flown over there. And I can watch those planes, fly. Another good thing about the military, watching the military is, maybe we have, when it's time to stand up people, maybe we have got some help coming over this way. I'm not going to say too much about that at the moment, but from my intel, we could probably have some people, coming to give us a hand here in Australia. Port Arthur people back in 86 or whatever it was, 96 or whatever. Sorry, can't really remember the year, but it was all about taking our guns. This has been planned for a very, very long time. If you don't know about it, I'd like you to go and look at a thing called, or I might be able to pull it up here in a minute if Brad comes back in, Sean, and you guys have a chat for a minute, the Lockstep Project. And we'll just have a quick look at that. You've obviously seen it, Sean. If you got it in your phone, you can flick it into our private chat there.
Yeah, I've got my phone. I've seen it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, that just spells it out, folks. All right. And we're about probably 6/8 or 3/4 of the way through that actual program now. So, look, the next lot of bio weapons that are coming out is just going to be crazy. We have no guns. We cannot protect ourselves here in Australia. I know that machine guns, AR-15, got handed out in 2018. I know that AK-47s were brought in and handed out in 2020. I know where they went to. I'm not going to say where they went to. I don't want to scare people in any particular cities or anything, but I would say that they got shared around anyway.
You want to buy one? You want to buy one?
I want to buy one. Yeah, well, I can't say yes, but I probably need one, don't I?
That's what you need.
Yep. Go on.
I said that's what you're going to need. You're going to need one, maybe two.
Yeah. Well, it's coming to that. I've got people harassing me on Facebook saying, conspiracy theories, this, that, and the other. We're running out of conspiracy theories, people, because they're all coming true. Dead set. They are all coming true, man. So, look, we're just going to keep putting it out there. We got to keep talking about it. All right. We have to get together and have another surf together. Okay. These jabs are just getting ridiculous. Why are they now, saying that our year 12 students are going to have these things? That's frightening news to me, mate. Absolutely frightening news.
I think so. The thing is too, with that sort of stuff, once you set that standard to say that it's okay for them, then it's okay for everybody as well. So it's okay for the kids. It's okay for the kids to get it. Well, why isn't it okay for you to go and get it? Why isn't it okay for the health worker to go get it? The concreter to go get it? Everyone else is getting it. What's wrong? What's your problem? They alienate the people that don't want it by doing that sort of stuff.
That's exactly right. Yeah. No, yeah, right, mate. It's and just why, we should all have a free choice. All right. It wasn't that the miracle jab was brought out for the COVID outbreak, folks. Okay. The supposed COVID outbreak was brought out to bring out, the other way around, to bring out this miracle jab. Okay.
Yeah.
I've told you. I think I've just gone in. Hang on, Sean. I've just got to get out of. I'm just looking around in my computer. Yeah, and I've gone to the wrong account, mate. That's going to background on us. There we go. I'm all right now. Okay. So, oh no, what's going on? Okay, I need Hey, Mel. Okay, we're going to keep talking for a minute while someone gets me account back, Sean. You wouldn't believe the amount of trouble I have, man. So, yeah, what's going on? You missed doing the show this morning. I wasn't on there today. Yeah, I had a bit of a day off. I'm trying to get over my nose. But actually, I'm just going to get Mel to have a look at my computer while I'm talking. But actually, what happened on our show today, Dean broke a bit of news over there, actually. Look, folks, you got to understand that, you know, what you're not hearing is these people. I need to be in, there. Is these people that are actually ruling this world, okay, which is the elites, okay. A lot of different people, but we have Rothschilds, we have Rockefellers, we have Bilderbergers, we have royalties, which are all going down. It's surprising Hollywood, folks, you're not seeing much about Hollywood anymore, are you? You know, a lot of your big stars, and a few of them are talking out, a few of them are going down. But again, Hollywood was just pedophile heaven, mate, okay? And Hollywood's gone, folks, okay? It is gone. All these movies that they were bringing out, yeah.
They're making all the big blockbusters over here now, most of them. There's a lot of the big blockbusters in Sydney, so, you know, why aren't they making them over there?
Exactly right. Yeah, because it's gone over there now, Sean. It is gone, mate. So, but yeah, there's different aspects going on around the world, okay, folks, and that's just what you know. Look here, symbolism will be there. You know, here's Martha. She's a legend, mate. We're just going to go. We'll just bring this in for a minute. Symbolism will be there. Will be their downfall, they say. Okay, so hang on, Sean. Sorry, got that wrong.
And they're big on the symbolism.
Yeah. So if I can, maybe, how do I blow this up? I don't know. Oh, hang on. Don't know if I can, but no, I don't think I can get it any bigger, folks. But yeah, that's just them with their satanic symbolism. You know what I mean? All these people now. You know, I got no idea who actual Joe Biden is at the moment. We do have a fair idea. We think we know who he is. It's pretty well been put down to it could be Jim Carrey, you know, and a lot of people will laugh at that. But I tell you, it's not Joe Biden, mate. I got so many different pictures of Joe Biden, you would not believe it. You know what I mean? It's we are all being, there we go. We are all being played, folks. Okay, we have been in a big movie for a long time. Okay, but the awakening is coming. We are being awoken now. Okay, Sean, give us your idea on just Trump coming back now and what you think. You know what I mean? Is going to go down. You know about our food shortages. You know what they're trying to do with our. You know, you're in the industry. They're trying to like stop our steel, stop our timber. There's no shortage. I've exposed that. There is no shortage of it. It's just, you know, not supplying it. So give us your what's going on there?
Yeah. They just manipulate whatever they want, I suppose. You know, if you've got to stay at home, you can't go to work. So it's a supply thing. They can't just get the goods there to people. You know, it's like it's in warehouses. Like the toilet paper thing was the best one. You know, all this the shortage of toilet paper. There's warehouses full of it in Sydney, full of it. And then all these people run around getting toilet paper. No toilet paper. No toilet paper. No toilet paper. You know, it's just sad those sort of things happen. And again, once again, all the people just believe it as the gospel. When they take it, they play it on the mainstream news. Oh, there's short toilet paper. Let's go get toilet paper. They put restrictions on it, and they still sold out every day. How do they do that? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't sort of see how people just don't think that. Like, you know.
Yeah. Anyway. No, you're exactly right, mate. It's crazy how it's happening. Yeah, but that's all it is, folks. It is nothing more than them doing stuff like that. You know, it's
manipulation and control.
Yeah. Okay, so
they're conditioning you to accept.
Yeah. So we'll see if we can get this up on a full screen here, Sean, because a friend of mine sent me this. We'll just see if that's big enough for people to hopefully be able to read that. Okay, up on their screen. But it's just got here 12 important questions, because what we're trying to do here is just all these people that are against us about getting down the beach and have a surf on the weekend and wear the super spreaders. I've got a little video in here too about BLM that we'll play just near the end, Sean. How it was funny when BLM wanted to go out and protest last year, there was no COVID restrictions. That didn't matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's right. As soon as a few people who want to fight for their freedom want to go and do it, oh, you idiots,
Yeah, and this is the other thing too. Like last year when we got locked up for the however long it was, the COVID situation was way worse than what it is now, and there was less restrictions. It went away. and now it's come back, and then we've got to lock everybody down. You know, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You know?
Yeah, the flu's gone.
Yeah, that's right.
And the latest thing is, and we'll get that around too, but I mean, most of us know about it, is that the CDC have actually just said that their PCR tests, which we've been saying for the last 12 months, folks, actually don't work. Okay. And they can only give some sort of indication on influenza. They can't tell the difference between influenza and COVID. They can only give an indication on influenza if you use it under a particular cycle to have it right. And we were well above that cycle in Australia, getting positive results.
The inventors of that test too actually come out today. So I saw something this morning. I was at work, so I was looking briefly. The inventors of it, there's two people that invented that test, and they said they should never be used for human consumption. It was only designed as like an experiment. You know, so it never should have been put in place to be used on humans. The test. That's just the test. You know, so yeah.
Good old false Fauci just picked it up and ran with it, mate. You know, like
cheap and nasty.
As they do. Put it in the media, mate. It's all good. It'll happen. You know what I mean? So here's just 12 important questions, and we can just have a, so number one is, if I get vaccinated, can I stop wearing a mask? And the government says no.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, it says no. If I get vaccinated, will the restaurants, bars, schools, fitness clubs, hair salons, etc., reopen, and will people be able to get back to work like normal? The government's response or answer to that, no. If I get vaccinated, will I be resistant to COVID? The government's response, maybe, we don't know exactly, but probably not.
Yeah. The other thing that people heard lots of today as well was, so if I've got to get the jab because of work and I have an adverse reaction to the jab, the doctor hasn't got liability, but does the work cover? Am I covered under work cover for work?
No.
Yeah. Well, I've had to get it from work. Am I?
And you know why? Because your insurance won't cover you because you were part of an experiment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where that's where it is. Why do you indemnify all the doctors? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I wonder.
It's probably not even the doctors. It's not the doctors administering it. It's the dose they're giving you. Like they're all poisons. So if you actually, it's premeditated. If you know it's going something that's going to kill you, if they're putting it into you, it's premeditated murder pretty much. Sorry to say, when you put it in context like that.
Yeah, we'll do a breakdown. I've got the there was actually a world breakdown done with some of the people I know, Sean, and I'll give you the breakdown on the 80-20%, like of the first dose round that come out. Actually, when we get through this, very interesting, mate. So the next question: if I get vaccinated, at least I won't be contagious to others, right? The government.
Wrong.
No, the vaccine doesn't stop transmission. Okay. If I get vaccinated, how long will the vaccine last? The government. No one knows. All COVID vaccines are still in the experimental stage.
Yeah.
That's serious shit, man. If I get vaccinated, can I stop social distancing? The government says no. Like, if my parents, grandparents, and myself get vaccinated, can we hug each other again? What do you think the government's answer is, Sean?
No. Probably not,
no,
actually.
Correct. Yeah, no, definite no. That one, not even a probably. A no. So what's the benefit of getting vaccinated? The government. Hoping that the virus won't kill you. That's about right.
Yeah, that's correct.
Are you sure the vaccines won't injure or kill me? The government. Well, no, we're not sure.
You shouldn't have taken it if you knew that. That's what they say.
Yeah. So if statistically the virus won't kill me, 99.7 survival rate, well, it's higher than that, but we'll wear that one at the moment. Why should I get vaccinated? The government. To protect others. Okay.
But it doesn't stop the spread.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if I get vaccinated, I can protect 100% of people I come in contact with. Is that right? The government.
Probably
no.
Not.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So if I experience a severe adverse reaction, long-term effects still unknown, or die from the vaccine, will I or my family here's your question, John, be compensated from the vaccine manufacturer or the government? The government's answer, no. The government and vaccine manufacturers have 100% zero liability regarding this experimental drug.
Yep.
If that's not sus enough, folks, but now I'll just read you the last paragraph. So to summarise what we've just read, COVID something thingo does not provide immunity but may reduce symptoms. It does not eliminate the V. It does not prevent death. It does not guarantee you won't get it. It does not stop you from passing it on to others. It does not eliminate the need for travel bans. It does not eliminate the need for business closures. It does not eliminate the need for lockdowns. And it does not eliminate the need for masking. So that's come from a BA, graduate diploma education, barrister, solicitor, principal of Codex Legal. So, yeah, there's someone that's just put something together. But, yeah, like, are you kidding me? You are absolutely taking this thing for nothing. That's what that's saying.
Yeah.
Look,
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know what's happened to Brad. He might have lost net. I don't know what's happened. But that's something else we need to talk about, folks. Okay. Get prepared, because as this goes down, all right, we will probably be coming into a blackout. Now, I know this is going to take an effect in America, okay, and it's going to be quite harsh. They'll do cyber attacks on different places and different things to bring the economy down, stop the food chain. They'll then suck people in by telling them, if you go to this camp over here, you'll be looked after. And then once you get to that camp, you'll find out that that'll be a FEMA camp and you'll get your papers.
Yeah.
It's all
where's your serial number tattoo on your arm?
Yeah, that's it. So, look, we've got a law in Queensland, and I'm just trying to give you some more facts here today, people, okay? And just you've got to look into this. I'm just trying to, spike your brain to go, hey, shit, is that right, Dave? Do I really need to go and have a look at that? Are you telling me the truth? That's what I'm hoping we are doing to you tonight, all right? But there's a blackout.
Do your own research.
Hey?
Do your own research. People do your own research. Take it with a grain of salt.
Don't believe us, all right?
Yeah.
Everything I'm putting up here is vetted and factored, okay? But don't believe us. Go and look for yourself, okay? That's what, it's the only way you're going to learn. Okay, but listen, there is blackouts coming. We are going to go down. I don't know whether it's going to get Australia. I've been told it is going to hit the Commonwealth countries, okay? And they are going to take power, internet, etc., etc. So people, my advice is not to panic buy, okay? But the people that are awake, all right? I think if people are still asleep, I don't think there's any time left for them, actually.
Get a fishing rod, people. You can go catch food down the beach, down the river.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we probably don't want to be around some of these cities, folks, okay? I'll give you a little prediction of what's going to happen when okay, so let's just get down. I'll just give you a bit of an update on what we know about this miracle jab. So the first rollout that come out, if everyone who happened to have copped the jab keeled over, all right, within a couple of weeks and dropped off the planet, they would not have been able to get it out, okay? So we know that there was a lot of placebo on the market, okay? And from the world figures and doing the mathematics, okay, towards the deaths and the adverse reactions, using the method that VAERS is using, that we're only probably 10% correct, you know what I mean? Or, we've, 10% margin on numbers because not everything is getting reported. We come up with something around an 80-20 breakdown. That means 80% of those first rollout of vaccines would have been placebo. You were getting saline in your arm, folks, okay? So, you had a bit of a sore muscle because they whacked some saline in there and you really didn't have any effects. If you might have been affected with too much salt or something, you got a bit of a headache or whatever, okay? We had 20% of that vaccine. So the other 20 left, right? 80 and 20 is 100. 20% of that was 15% was partial real McCoy and 5% was the real McCoy. Now, when you add up the 5, the 15 and the 80 against the death and statistical around the world, I don't know what's happened there.
Oh, it's me. I swiped on the screen. Sorry.
Yeah? Okay. So, as long as I'm not recording too, which I am. You're going to tell me your sound's gone?
Yeah.
Now,
How's that?
yeah. If I just mute your mic, am I all right? Yeah. Yeah, you had your... Yeah, you got to just keep your volume a bit. Yeah, down. Okay. So, in those vaccines, folks, I'll turn my mic down. Okay. In those vaccines, what I'm saying to you is 5, 15, 20. Okay. The 5% correlates with the death rate from the V's, not the COVID, but from the V's. Okay. Double jab, single jab. Okay. We're not worried about it. Okay. But the 5% correlates. The 15% correlates to the adverse effects. All right. It all correlates. Echo now.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I don't know what happened. It could be fake. Yeah, okay. So, folks, that means that all these figures, all right, they correlate to what has happened. Okay? Now, I'm telling you that when the next lot come out, they've already got you people already sucked in. Okay? Anyone who's had their first or maybe their second, it's not placebos. Okay? You know, like you are lucky people. Okay? But the next run out is coming out. I'm telling you, there ain't going to be too many placebos in it. I don't think. Okay, I don't think. Okay, this is just what I'm working out. Okay, from figures, statistics, mathematics. Okay, what's going on around the world. But I think you want to be very careful when this next lot comes out. Now, I'm talking about mainly the PHZ1, I think. Now, a lot of people bag out. Sean, you know of Dr. Ruby? Yeah?
Yep.
You need to turn your volume up a bit, maybe. I can't adjust you from here.
Yeah, that's up full ball now. So
something's going on with the feed.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll keep going for a bit. We'll get through this. Okay, so Dr. Jane Ruby. All right, people are bagging her out saying, she's not even a doctor, she's not this, she's not that. Okay, she is some sort of veterinary or like research person, okay, but the problem is, what she's using here on the Stu Cooley show, that is stuff that people have done, and these people are professionals. They have peer-reviewed studies. Okay, and I reckon this stream's getting attacked, Sean. We might even shut this down pretty soon, mate. So, yeah, folks, so what I want to tell you is that the next lot that are coming in, I would be very, very now, I know a lot of my family, and, you know, I just want you to look ahead, folks. I'm not saying anything to anyone here, but on the chance that Sean and I are sitting on the screen, and the other people who are trying to warn you about this and cut black for it, if we happen to just be right, and you have had this thing, and maybe your parents have had this thing, and you have some young children at the present time, and they probably haven't had this because they're young. Now, if the graphene oxide is right, the adverse effects are right, the second rollout is quite fatal, I just want you people out there just to have a look. Is it worth the chance of having this thing if maybe your parents, you are no longer here, and who is going to look after your children? Now, that's a pretty horrible thing to say. But guess what? That's reality. If you go bucking over this thing and you get the wrong one up your arm, you are going to be in trouble. So just have a think about it. Okay, if your parents or your grandparents and then your parents have had it, and then you as, good abiding citizens to help out the rest of humanity, run along and get your little jab. Your kids don't get it. And the truth is out there, and it happens to be right, but within 2 to 3 years, you are no longer on this planet. You are pushing up daisies. What is happening to your children? Is that a fair statement, Sean?
Definitely, mate. Definitely. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've got 2 young children, mate. I'm not let them get around by themselves.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So stand up for, what you believe. Make an informed decision for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Dave's word for it. I've got nothing to gain by you doing a bit of research. I know what I'm doing already. So you can't change my mind. So that's it.
Exactly
Do your own
right.
research.
Exactly right.
Do your own research. The facts are there.
So I'm just playing with my, just talk to me, Sean. I'm just playing with my audio. I don't know what's happening to it. Every time I come in here, all my settings are changed. It's like Facebook just.
Whoever comes in and just
It's like a delayed
I'm on
sort
a
of thing.
delay
It's
now.
like skipping.
Anyway, I'll shut that down. Righto. So, okay, so I just got a thing off Bradley who's on streamers here, folks. Mate, my internet just shit itself. Couldn't hear Sean's audio and then got disconnected when the video was playing. So we'll get Brad back in some other time, mate. We'll do a couple more of these, folks. But look, as tonight was just it's a plea for you to go and do some research, okay? We're not going to talk about our self-meetings or anything else too much. We know they're coming about, okay? We will get together on Telegram and a few other platforms and we'll talk about that. But people, I want to leave you with that. Just think about it. All right, if your whole family chain happens to get something that is no good for you, what are your kids going to do? Oh, I just hope you can have that conversation. Especially you 30-year-olds out there. You've probably got young children. Your parents are brainwashed by the television. They're lining up. They've gone and got it. I'm going through this, people. It's doing my freaking head in. All right? If I'm correct, a lot of people are in a lot of trouble. And unfortunately, with the research that we're seeing, the research that the mainstream media is holding back from new people, we are correct, Sean.
I want to be wrong. I'd like to be proven wrong. But
I'd love to be wrong. Okay, so we might wrap it up here, folks. While we've still got food, I've got audio trouble, so I need to look at that. Sean, thanks very much for dropping in. Tomorrow, I'll have a look at the job companies, mate. We'll see what's going on there. I do have a job down that I have to go to, actually. That I'm allowed to go to when our restrictions get lifted a bit. And I think it's a bit of a critical one because we have a pool open. So I'll be able to go down there. I'll be right to come your way. Okay, look, from me and Sean, thanks everyone for tuning in. Okay, we're doing this for you people out there. We just want you to wake up. We want you to do your own research and stop being, believing what you're being told by mainstream media. Okay, so good night, folks. Enjoy the night. And we will talk to you very soon in a couple of days. You stay there, Sean.